Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 25 as we continue our Hutan Pantai run here. Just moving our roller over this other field. Get this grass rolled. We'll be doing grass for a few more cycles, although we're about to get into the winter season, right? Will we have time to do one more grass before we gotta plant? I think so. I think we can, if we roll now, I think we mow in March, which means we can then turn around and plant oats. If it's not March, it's April, and it's still fine to plant oats. Okay, so I think we're fine either way. Let me get you started on this. I went ahead and moved a little bit more grass over to the buffaloes. I think they're both going to be fine, though, for now. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it. And of course, when you get straw eventually, we'll get that from the oats. I don't know. What else do we need? And let me check something real quick. How much are the extra fields around us? So obviously we do have the rice fields, which we're not using right now, but grabbing one of these other little fields eventually would be really nice. Which would be under what? This one? No. Farmland, there we go. That's actually a lot because it's got a lot of wooded area, so never mind about that one. That one also has a lot of wooded area. This one right here is actually the cheapest, 131. 120 down the hill from us a little bit. That's not a terrible one. I mean, they are still relatively expensive. I mean, this 131 one is probably 5.4 acres. Probably the best overall, just based on shape and size and location. But this one down here could also be good. Just something to think about. I don't think I'm ready to buy anything right this second. We don't have a ton of money. But we'll do what we can. Still got a little bit of rice here to be able to sell off once that gets made. Still got the honey here, which, I mean, we're not doing anything with right now. Are you coming along? Getting there. I mean, once we plant another round of rice, things will get better after that, of course. We got to do any maintenance on these rice fields right now? Not really. I mean, they need to fertilize at some point. No rush for that right now. What about this one down here? Same thing, just needs fertilized. So once we plant, we'll fertilize it. Alright. Well, then we're kind of just waiting for things to happen at this point. I mean, one of our biggest sellers right now will be eventually our horses once we start. But I think the first couple of horses, we're going to let them breed so we can just get more horses essentially for free. And then we'll start selling them off down the road at some point. But we got a long ways to wait. We got a couple years to wait until these start breeding anyway. I think once they get to 100%, is it 100% health that we can actually sell these? I actually don't remember. It's been a long time since I've done horses. I haven't done horses since FS19. I do think I'm eventually going to switch over to the round baler. I'm not sure when. Everything costs money right now, right? Everything's expensive. Everything costs money. It's just a matter of kind of the order of things and kind of getting the flow of costs and prices and stuff like that right now. Just as a side note, I don't remember if I mentioned it already. This right here is not a milk barn. This is just a breeding barn, which is totally fine for our little baby buffaloes. But if we ever do want to get milk from them once they get older, we will need to move them into another type of barn at some point. It's just something to consider. There's several of the barns that are not able to be used for milking. In fact, the milking barn is quite expensive. But if we were able to move, you know, what is it, 40, however many do you have over here? 43 water buffalo into a milking barn, it'll pay for itself pretty quickly because milk is worth a lot. And my understanding is that the cheese from the water buffalo is also worth a decent chunk. We'll just kind of see how that goes once we get there. What over here's got, is this corn? Or is this sugar cane? This is sugar cane, right? Oh, it's corn. It just looks different. I mean, I see the corn on there. I mean, I can obviously visually see the corn now. It just looked different from the distance than the corn did in 19. Or, yeah, 22, sorry. Or both 19 or 22. Just looked a little different. I wasn't used to the kind of the visual here of how it was looking. Alright. How we doing over here, Mr. Buddy? You're almost done. I'm actually going to take over for you. I think we can finish this pretty quickly ourselves. Alright, that is that. I'm just gonna park this over here. Other side of these bales. Although I do kind of need to get around the tree, don't I? Apparently I got myself stuck. There we go. Just back it up over here by the bales. Alrighty, that's that. I mean, I think we're ready to fast forward. Finally. Kind of a busy month for us in October here, but got a lot of stuff done and pretty happy with that. We do have a lot of equipment. I gotta take that into account. Yeah. Alright, let's go fast forward over here at the house. I don't think we'll be doing anything with the grass for a little while. Actually, before I fast forward, let me make sure I pay off as much of the loan as we can. Avoid as much interest as possible here. For the buffaloes. Got plenty of food. How y'all doing? I think I put about 8,000 liters in there, so I think you had about 3,000, so you should have enough for one more month. What about the horses? Oh yeah, I mean, you're barely eating anything at this point. And we've got them everything except the root crops, so they should be at 95% effectiveness right now. I mean, they're already worth 740 bucks. Not bad. I wish I could just ride them from here. But I guess not. I thought I was visiting the horses. Apparently not. Oh, I might have been visiting that farm field itself. Oh no, we can make it. Now, I like this field 34 here. I mean, it's a nice, convenient location. It's just, I don't need all that forested area. Now, if we did buy it with the forested area, we could sell the forested, like the wood, the lumber for a decent chunk of money. And actually have that space for buildings and things like that. don't need the corn down here, so maybe if this field ever down here ever gets something that's useful to us, such as not corn, then we might consider buying 32 at some point. This field's empty now. Ready for us to use. Like, what, I mean, let me turn around here. What kind of trees we got over here? Like, we're not going to have lumbering equipment, right? Even though we know lumber is worth a lot, we're not going to have the right equipment to just chop these things and strip them down properly. We're basically going to have to use a chainsaw and a pickup truck, which we do have. Well, we have the pickup truck, we don't have the chainsaw, but we'd have to just chop these things up small bits and just try to get some money from them that way. Which is a way to get, I mean, it works. Like, there's nothing wrong with that strategy. Now, I mean, this is up the hill a little bit, so I don't know how easy it would be to put us some buildings back this way. And it would take us forever to chop through all of this. Which, I mean, maybe a good project, you know? It is a good chunk of land back here. On a hill, though. I'm not sure this is really quite what we're looking for as far as a place to, like, you know, I don't know, put a cow pasture or something like that. We'd have to terraform quite a bit back here. I don't know. Something to think about. Alternatively, it was that one over here as well. Which we'll have to take a look at that next time we ride the horses. Over there, I think 33 it was, or something like that. I don't want to be behind the horse. I heard that's kind of dangerous. He just wants to keep turning around. He's like, get that spot back there. Alright. I think we're good now. You get 100%? Yeah, you're 100%. Alright. The horses are done. There's not really anything to do on the fields. There's no... I mean, they're about to go dormant anyway. There's not really anything to do with the water buffaloes. They're fine. How are we doing on water on our facilities over here? Honestly, once we run out of water in the mushroom, I think I'm going to sell that. Just don't think we're going to need it. The saplings we are going to need. That's about it. I don't know that we're going to need this many saplings, but we will need the saplings in general. Actually, I have no idea how many saplings we're going to need. That's an interesting question. Yeah, we'll let these run out of water. We'll sell that. Kind of figure out from there. A few buildings we could sell if we need to as well. Decent tractor there on the used lot, but we just don't have the money for it. It's a nice fertilizer spreader. It's actually not that expensive if we want to differentiate between the fertilizer and the lime. This is just a trailer, right? Which, don't get me wrong, another trailer would be a good trailer, but we still have the truck. The truck's going to work for a while. I'm tempted to buy this, though, because being able to differentiate between the two is really, really useful. Now, right now, it's got full of fertilizer, but we can fill it up Or full of, yeah, this is full of fertilizer. We'll have to pick up the lime over here again. But having two separate tools is just, I don't know, there's some more convenience there. It's not that expensive. I wish that spreader on the back did lime too, though. That would be nice. But 8,000 bucks is kind of hard to pass up on, honestly. Something that we will use quite frequently. Alright, I'm happy with that purchase. We actually could have just borrowed the one. Never mind. We'll repay that. And again, not much else to do in November. Our next thing that we're going to be doing is, I guess, planting the oats in March, which is probably going to coincide with mowing. And then rice is not until April. Keep trying to hit the fast forward keybind that I use in FS25, but right now I have to go to the house because I don't have it installed yet. It does not exist. I don't think there's anything else we needed to do. I mean, the cows, or the, I keep saying, I'm going to say cows forever, guys. Just going to be the way it is. The buffaloes looked fine. Alright, and I don't, again, I think the grass should be dormant right now, right? It's still growing, but I think it's about to go to sleep, or it's already asleep. Horses up to 911 bucks. Hey, and plenty of food still. Cows, pasture. I mean, it is called a cow barn, so they definitely need more grass though. They're about to run out. Guess I'll grab you, load you up. We actually don't have that much grass. Now I can start giving them hay. That was part of the reason why I did the hay, is because I knew if I ran out of grass, I could just give them the hay, and that's fine. Let's take, I don't know, take 10. Actually, you know what? Might as well just take all 20. We're not going to use it for anything else anyway. We'll just load this bad boy up. I think I lost one. Now with the grass going dormant, we might actually run out of grass. The buffalo there, but again, we'll just use the hay, I guess, for a little bit. All right, that's gonna give us probably 3 or 4 months worth of grass for them. I don't know, I really like this truck. it's definitely my favorite part about this starting farm so far. Alright, that's all good. Again, I think we checked the horses already, right? Horses are gonna be fine for at least another month. We can drop off some more later. Oh, let's check the, you guys out of water yet? No, you actually got quite a bit of water left, so we'll still get some value out of it, and then we'll sell it. That's not gonna be a big problem. Let's go. I'm gonna change from farmland. I'm gonna come down here and visit you. Oh, I thought we were gonna make it. Come on. Hey, we did it. Let's go visit the forested area over here, I guess. How much it had on it, but I think there's a lot of this bit up to the road over here. This is I mean, it's still a little bit of a hump here, but I think we could even this out to be a little flatter without too much trouble. Not quite as many trees over here, so not maybe worth as much in that regard. Was it 33 or 29 actually? Okay, so 29 is the one that had a lot of... I mean, they both do, actually. This one has all of this. 29 has all of that. Wow. Okay, 29, it looks like it's going to be up on a cliff, so that's not going to be a good buildable spot. I mean, it's very cool land, don't get me wrong. It does look cool, but not really useful to us. Not currently. I mean, maybe someday we could buy this, clear it out. Who knows? Maybe we put a big old nice house on top of the cliff there or something crazy like that. Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about what we would do with some of this type of land. We might just ignore it. We might just buy the field, use the field, and ignore the wooded area. But it's so expensive if you don't do something with the wooded area as well. Up this way and look at this other field up this way too. I think 32 is the one that I'm leaning towards. I mean, if we buy anything, that one's just very conveniently placed. But this field up here is not too far out of the way either. Question is, what would we put on these fields? This one's down the hill a little bit. We'd have to, you know, drive around, but it's a little awkwardly shaped. But again, given the new workers and how they work, how they're smart enough to do this, it's a good sized field here. It's actually a really good sized field. Yeah, I don't know. That was something to think about. I don't even know how soon we would be able to start expanding, to be honest. we're pretty low on the money, but the more we expand, the more money we'll make. So it's kind of like, is the interest rate on the loan that we would need to buy the extra land worth the extra land? And I think if we have all of the equipment that we need, like if we're not buying new equipment to work that land, then there's a possibility it could be worth it. But I don't even know what we would put on that. I mean, we're going to have plenty of oats, I think we're going to have plenty of grass from the fields we've already got. Something to think about. I think what the plan is actually going to be. All right, all done. All right, horses are done. I don't think there's anything else for us to do on the fields. The buffaloes have their food. I think we're ready to fast forward again. Went to the farm. That's all right. The field. Still get us over here. All right, actually, I think while we're fast forwarding, I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in there. When we come back, we'll be ready for, I guess, January or whatever's going to happen there. And we'll go from there. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.